thank you for joining us on the full ship tour of the Celebrity Apex. The Celebrity Apex is the second in a group of 4 ships that has been released by Celebrity. It is similar to the Edge, but not quite as updated as the Beyond and the Ascent, but is still one of our most favorite ships that we cruise on. Good morning. And here we are headed down to Deck 3 to start the tour. We start down here at the very forward part of Deck 3. It is the children's area, and something I'm not going to go in and go take a look at since it's like 5 in the morning. Going forward on Deck 3, the only way to go forward at this point is to actually go through the cabins that are down here on Deck 3. And you head towards the aft of the ship here, where you come to this little lobby. This little lobby will let you out into the main hallway area of Deck 3, and then we'll head back to the back here where you have 2 of the main dining rooms. One is the Tuscan main dining room. These are all included as part of the cruise. Tuscan is the Italian-inspired dining area, and some of the menu items are every night they're Italian featured. And then over here we come to Normandy, which is the French inspired restaurant that is also included as part of your main dining. And here on Deck 3 is a little part of the exposed insides of the ship that they show off just to give you an idea of what it's like on the inside. And that brings us to this area here in the back, which is just kind of a little customer lounge area and this little special event seating area. And it's also adjacent to the customer service, the guest relations area over here that you're going to come to if you do need any help while you're on the ship. And then as you exit out the little hallway here, you're going to come into the lower level on Deck 3 of the Grand Plaza. And here we are passing the Martini Bar on the Grand Plaza, someplace that's usually pretty busy throughout the evenings. Heading up the stairs from the Grand Plaza, you're going to come up to Deck 4, kind of in the middle of the ship, and this is where you're going to find the bistro, which also does some additional specialty dining at night, but is kind of just an all-around paid venue throughout the day for different foods. The next area we come to here on Deck 4 is the Craft Social. It's the bar that also services the free drinks in the casino here. So we'll do the casino a little later. After leaving this area, we're going to head towards the back of the ship on deck 4 through a bunch of the shops and past the main entrance into the casino area. As you keep heading aft here on deck 4, you're going to come to Cyprus, another one of the included main dining restaurants. Cyprus is the Greek food-inspired main dining venue here on the Apex. As we walk across this main little seating area here, you're going to come to Cosmopolitan, which is kind of the Americana-inspired main dining restaurant and is the last of the 4 included main dining venues here on the Apex. Now, I am going to kind of walk through the casino here, and we'll spend a few minutes for those of you who really enjoy spending your time here in the casino on the cruises. I'm going to leave a link in the upper right here that will lead you to a full casino tour that was done previously. There'll also be a link to it at the end of the video. As we head out here back into the Grand Plaza area of Deck 4, the whole side of the ship here is Cafe El Baccio. They do have some free offerings for desserts and pastries, and they are also a place to get the paid for coffees, the specialty coffees that may or may not be included with whatever drink package you purchase. Heading to the forward part of the ship, you're going to come into the photo library and the eye lounge area on the ship, where you can get a little bit of help with your phone or Wi-Fi if needed on the ship. There's also a full photography center. On the left here is the future cruise area. For those of you that are repeat cruisers, you will probably be able to make use of this area. And then here we are on the right hand side with the shore excursion areas for any shore excursions you may wish to purchase. Now as we continue heading forward on deck 4 at the very front, you're going to find the main theater. This is actually one of the most advanced theaters that you will find on any cruise ship. It is very special effects oriented, is the best way I can put it. The big screen at the front is a full LED screen that can be altered, changed. The panels moved, entrances made through it. It's an extremely versatile piece of equipment that puts on a really good show. As we leave the theater on deck 4, we're going to go just a little bit back towards the back part of the ship, just through the elevator banks, to an area called the club. The club is another area that they hold various different entertainment and game events throughout the cruise to keep the passengers entertained. Up here on deck 5, you're going to find additional entrances to the theater and to the upper part of the club. And then as we get out of this area, we're going to start to head towards the back of the ship. And the first thing that we come to is their art gallery for those of you who just have to spend some money on a piece of art during their cruise. After leaving the art area, the first restaurant we come to here is Raw on 5, and it's the specialty restaurant that does a la carte sushi and oriental style dishes for cost. It's not a set price and menu, it is a la carte, so you can go in and order as little or as much as you want while you're here. After leaving Raw on 5, we're going to head over to Fine Cut, the specialty steakhouse restaurant that is on the opposite side of the Grand Plaza. This is for a fee, but it is a very good steakhouse, and you will not be served a bad piece of meat in here. And then after leaving the Fine Cut Steakhouse, we're going to head even further aft, where we're going to pass through some shopping areas and different places that you can spend money on board, and you'll also find the elevator banks here towards the back part of the ship. And then that leads us to the fantasy passageway, which is this mirrored little walkway that divides the front portion of deck 5 from the back portion of deck 5 that have two very distinct feels to them. The back part of deck 5 here includes the restaurant Blue for the spa suite guests that can eat a healthier choice of menu food if they wish. This is only for the spa guests. And then as you continue heading further back, you're going to find a little shop here off on the left as you enter into the back venue known as Eden. Eden is one of the most relaxed and chill parts of the ship. They do hold a number of different performances back here, anything from acoustic music to late night performances by the Eden cast. And as you can tell by the decor and the seating, the area back here has a very distinct feel to it. Here at the back of Eden, there are a set of stairs that go down to the restaurant portion of the Eden area. The restaurant is also called Eden. It is a specialty paid for restaurant as well for a cost, but it is an excellent meal that you will get there. The area is here at the back of the ship, and there are windows that look out through the whole back of the ship through 2-story windows. We're gonna kind of do this real quick since this is pretty boring to sit here and watch me walk through a walkway full of windows. There are some stairs here at the back part of the bar behind it where you can actually come down from the upper level of Eden as well. Now, as we leave the inner area of Eden here, we're going to go ahead and head outside onto deck 5. There is an outer seating area here on deck 5 that you can visit. It's just a nice little deck space that you can go to and relax and chill. And we are actually going to go ahead and go through this pretty quickly coming up here. This deck space is really long and goes past the lifeboats and will take you all the way back to the front of deck 5. So I believe this area back to front is probably close to an 800-foot walk. So in a second here, we're going to go ahead and take off to the front part of deck 5. And here we are going through the side doors back on deck 5 where we started the tour of deck 5 from the beginning. We're going to go ahead and take the elevators up to deck 12, which is the location of Luminae, which is only for the concierge class suites. And then from there, we're going to head up to deck 14, where the spa is located. We're going to come back to the spa later because I was a little too early when I started doing this, and they weren't quite open for business at this point. So instead, we'll go ahead and we'll head out the doors, and we'll go out into the pool area here. This is a covered area known as the solarium. It is pretty much an adults-only area. They do allow families in here from certain times, but it's meant to be kind of a more relaxed, quiet adults-only area for the ship. They do also have a little spa cafe here in this area for lighter bites and juices that are at a cost. These doors lead out to the main pool area here on deck 14, and we are heading towards the aft of the ship. This is the main pool area. That is the base of a hot tub up above you, 2 decks above. And as we come out here onto the main pool deck area, there is a very large pool space here, also with a very large bar back behind me here. And then as we come across the pool deck here, we're going to head down some more stairs to the opposite side where you're going to find another outdoor grill and eating area by the pool. And then here we are heading through one of the little architectural features of this ship on the pool deck area. And there's the other hot tub 2 decks above. Every one of these Edge class ships has some sort of big piece of art right here at the very edge of the pool that they feature. This one happens to be hands in the shape of hearts. And towards the back of deck 14 is the Ocean View Cafe. This is the main buffet for the Celebrity Apex. There is the ice cream area. Off on the left are the specialty coffees there. And then all this seating with these huge, tall floor-to-ceiling windows that look out to the ocean. I'm going to go ahead and walk through here and give you an idea of what it looks like. But I did this well before the buffet was actually up and going. There will be a tour of this buffet as part of the actual vacation video, and I'll have a link to that at the end of this video as well. Here at the back of the buffet, you're also going to find the pizza area, where they do make pizza by the slice or an entire pizza at your request if you wish. And this is just a little outdoor dining area at the back of deck 14 on the back side of the Ocean View Cafe. And here we are just heading back towards the forward part of the ship, heading back through the opposite side of the Ocean View Cafe. And here we are going up the midship elevators up to deck 15 and heading out onto the deck space of deck 15. And here is a nighttime shot of the magic carpet. As we head around the walking track here, this walking track does go all the way around 15 up to deck 16 and then back on down through 15. And they do actually have a couple of ping pong tables back here for you to play on. And then here as we head towards the back part of deck 15 is the rooftop garden area. Rooftop garden area does have a large screen at the back here where they will do special sporting events out here on the deck space or movies or other video productions. They'll also have games and events that they hold back here as well in this big open space. There is also a specialty restaurant up here, the Rooftop Garden Grill. It's a fairly inexpensive specialty option. It's probably about $30–40 a person, depending on when you get it or if you get it ahead of time. But the food is very good. You can get filet mignon, burgers, and various different appetizers and desserts that are all really good. And then as you head towards the very back of deck 15, you're going to come back to the bar space back here. The Sunset Bar does tend to be a favorite with a lot of the guests. It's a very beautiful view out the back of the ship, and it's pretty busy most of the time throughout the day and even into the evenings. And then here we are heading back forward on deck 15 onto the walking track. This portion of the walking track is actually going to lead us up to deck 16 to give us a little bit more of a view from a different vantage point up here. And we're going to get a little bit better shot of the magic carpet. That is a piece of equipment and a restaurant, paid for bar area, multi-use item that slides up and down the side of the ship. It doesn't normally move too much. It's usually up here on deck 16 most of the time. And then continuing to head forward, you're going to come into an area that we can't get into called the Retreat, which is only for suite guests. And then here is the forward and hot tub up on deck 16. Alright, so I promised we'd come back to the spa area and had to come back just a little bit later. So here is the entrance to the spa on deck 14. There are some stairs at the back there that you can go up to deck 15 and it will lead you into the fitness center. We're going to go ahead and go up the main stairs to deck 15, kind of wind around here, and we'll walk into the fitness center and give you a little tour of all the techno gym equipment that Celebrity tends to use on all their ships. Celebrity does tend to have a pretty good fitness center. The equipment's always in pretty good working order. They have a fair amount of equipment in all their gyms. Each ship's a little bit different and equipped a little differently, but all of their equipment is typically pretty good. And then here we are heading into the very back part of the gym. There is a bathroom back here at the back, and there is also a spin classroom here off to the right, as well as a multi-purpose yoga fitness classes room next to it here, but at this time of the morning it's pretty well unoccupied. And that is the last space that we are going to come to, which is actually very appropriate because now it's time for me to go get some exercise. Thank you for watching, and please don't forget to like and subscribe.